we need to break down what happened when Wake Forest took on Tennessee in college baseball. All right. So this is Wake Forest manager Tom Walter. And at the dish was Andrew Fischer of the Tennessee Volunteers. Walter would stand on the steps of the dugout and was caught by cameras uttering effing F word, the swear word, and then the word that starts with F, ends with T, and is an anti-gay slur. Caught red-handed, all right? Now, Fisher would do this on the next pitch. We don't have the rights to this game. But I want everyone to hear the audio of this because I think this is one of the sweetest sounds in all of sports.
Hammered, right field and deep.
Gone! Pure. I thought about this. I think a basketball going through flush through a chain net. I think the microphones being in a goal when someone scores upper 90 free kick and it just hits the netting. A goal in hockey where it clips the bar and goes in. Also fantastic. And a drive right down the middle. Those are some of my favorite. This is nerdy stuff. Those are some of my favorite sounds in sports, nonetheless. The fallout is as follows. Walter said in a statement probably written by the school, "I am very sorry for my outburst in frustration last night, and I recognize the hurt and disappointment it has caused. I have seen the videos, and while I do not remember the specific moment clearly," Tom, we'll add more. "That language does not reflect my values or the standards of the program. Regardless, I own the consequences, and I apologize to the University of Tennessee, to Wake Forest University, the Southeastern Conference, and the ACC." Wake Forest Athletic Director John Curry would add, "I am both saddened and deeply surprised in our head baseball coach, Tom Walter, for his outburst during last night's baseball game. I feel badly for those most hurt by such words." I spoke with Coach Walter immediately after the game and again this morning to address the incident, which is completely out of character for him and does not meet the standards of Wake Forest Athletics, Wake Forest University, or the Atlantic Coast Conference. What's saddening is not just the language, it's that this is a well-regarded man in a sport that he has been ultra successful at. He's been at Wake Forest for a long time, over 15 years. He is second all-time in wins at the school. He is bordering on 500. Terrible example. And he was caught on cameras doing this. I'm sorry. I would guarantee it's not the first time. What's also really upsetting about all this is that there are so many people on Elon's free speech, hate-filled social medium of Twitter that they're agreeing with this. They're saying, "Oh, a new fan unlocked of Tom Walter. Oh, I stan Tom Walter. I love Tom Walter." That says something about you, especially in this month. Happy Pride Month, everybody, including the Tom Walter. That says something about you and your lack of character, the lack of dignity you have as a man. To think, probably, that this is what makes you manly. Wes, who was a critic, and there have been also many, said if any of us were caught on video saying what Tom Walter said tonight, we would be fired. Or at the very least, we would be forced to attend classes and learn why you can't call anyone that. There's no place for that word. We're going backward as a society if we allow that. I agree. Matt also tweeted, "Tom Walter is not sorry he called the student athlete the F slur. He's sorry he got caught. Big difference." I agree on the latter. We don't know if it was directed at Andrew Fischer. We will probably never know who it was directed at. The consensus seems to be he was talking about Fischer, but I don't think there's any substantive evidence towards that. I think he was probably frustrated. His team was losing. Something happened. And he said it. No excuse. When is it right to use that word? Ever. It's not. So why would he? Ask him. What I think, and I'll get to another tweet in a second, what I think is pretty porous on the media is that you had this piece of video, and unless I missed it, I didn't hear a question asked in that post-game press conference. You had an opportunity to ask Tom Walter. However he answers, he answers. A question needs to be asked there of him. Lastly, from John, an opposing coach calling you the F slur and proceeding to hit a 2-run dagger in a win, 2-run homer, in a win or go home might be the greatest sequence in sports history. Don't really know about that. I wouldn't say it's the greatest sequence in sports history. I mean, there have been many. Gotti Ward 3. Actually, any of the Gotti Wards. One of the best sequences in boxing that I can remember was Jermaine Taylor, Kelly Pavlik. A good sequence was, oh man, I'm blanking on his name. He got knocked down, he spit out his mouthpiece, and then came back and knocked out the other guy who actually, Luis Collazo, when he took on, hang on, I'm going to get it. Oh, man, I can't believe I'm blanking on this. He unfortunately passed. And Joe Goosen, I can't believe I'm posting this as a VOD. Joe Goosen was in the corner for him. I'm very sorry, I'm blanking on his name. That was probably the greatest sequence that I've seen. Kansas State Xavier, that was an amazing sequence in March Madness. Football, it's hard to say a sequence because one team has possession of the football for so long. Greatest sequence, Reggie Miller against the Knicks. That was a good one. That was a really good one. And then Tyrese Halliburton doing the choking sign. That was good. I want to diversify here. I mean, there's plenty. But yeah, greatest sequence, no. However, we did get off track. Nonetheless, all right, there needs to be a lot more with Tom Walter. This name is crushing me. I can't believe I'm not getting it. Whatever. Tom Walter needs to meet the media and answer this. And I'm awaiting that because this is severely disappointing. If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYT Sports. And or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day.